Today marks the 1 month of Iran's strike on Israel to avenge the killing of the Hezbollah chief Hassan Nasrallah and Hamas political head Ismail Haniyeh. Israeli intelligence suggests Iran is preparing to attack Israel from Iraqi territory in the coming days, possibly before the US presidential elections on November 5th. Billboards have come up across Iran, a month after the country's deadly attack on Israel on October 1st. The billboards bore the caption, and I'm reading that out: "If you want to fight, then we are the masters in fighting." On that day, Iran claimed it targeted the Jewish state with a barrage of 180 missiles, including the hypersonic missile. Weeks later, on October 26th, came the calculated response from Israel, as it carried out multiple waves of airstrikes targeting Iranian military infrastructure and air defense systems. While Iran claimed to have defeated the attack with only limited damage, it has vowed to retaliate strongly. Iranian Revolutionary Guard Corps commander Hossein Salami has warned that Iran's response would be different from any scenario Israel might expect, claiming that Israel made a mistake for attacking Iran last week. Now, sources have told WION that Iran's foreign minister will lead Iran's outreach to neighboring countries in person ahead of the Iranian response to Israel. He is expected to embark as early as starting next week. And for the latest, our colleague Anas Malik is now joining us live from Tehran. Anas, good to have you with us on the show again. Let me quickly again speak about the billboard here. The last time we spoke on the broadcast, you showed us the billboard in the background. Could you just also give us more details as to what it reads and the significance of the languages that are used on the billboard, clearly sending out a message that, now I'm not an expert in this, but from what I understand, a part of it is written in Hebrew?
Well, yes, I'm standing at the Palestine Square, and the billboards that are behind me, this reads in Farsi, it says Hezbollah Zinda Ast. That means Hezbollah is alive, and then it has pictures of the people killed, which is starting with the picture of Qasim Soleimani, and then it has the picture of Hassan Nasrallah, then it has a picture of Ismail Haniyeh, and then Mehdi al-Minhas, and I mean, this is a long side of pictures that has that is all around. On the other side, I'll just get a side, and then on the other side as well, it has same billboards, it has same banners, but there's another there's another billboard that is pretty big, that's in Hebrew, and it's also in Farsi, that reads Tufan Digri Daras. That means that another storm is coming, referring to the 7th of October when Hamas had classified their act of the 7th of October as Operation Al-Aqsa Storm. So it's referring to that. I'm standing at the Palestine Square, and billboards like these have been set across the city. Not just that, Palestinian flags have been put all across the city as well. You see at the Palestine Square as well, you see Palestinian flags. And so the significance of this place is not far from where I'm standing, just on that road to my left, is where previously, before the Iranian Revolution of 1979, is where the Israeli embassy used to be, which is now the embassy of the state of Palestine. Lots of optics there being done and subtle messaging being done by the Iranian government here through a display of these billboards that have been set up across the city as well, Isha.
Anas, very precariously placed alongside this is the US elections. We have probably heard about how Israel is trying to involve the United States in its war against Iran as well. Just explain to us the timing of this. On the one hand, last time when you spoke with us, you told us how Masoud Pezeshkian's government is trying to show its might and the fact that it is not to be taken lightly. On the other hand, he was considered to be a moderate as well. So how do you think Iran is going to play this balancing act if it needs to? Or is it going to go all out, as is suggestive, with the billboards that we just saw in your background?
Well, initially it was supposed to play, or it was being hinted that it is likely to play a moderate role because you have a reformist government following the elections of June and July. And Dr. Masood Pezeshkian, remember, is the first reformist government in almost 2 decades. After 19 years, we're seeing a reformist person in power, the last being Dr. Khatmi, and that was in 2005. So from 2005 up until 2024, you did not have a proclaimed reformist government here in Iran. So it was supposed, or it was considered, that it will take an easier position. But following the killing of Ismail Haniyeh, and the board depicts that, that is something that forced the Pezeshkian government to go into response. Not just the killing of Ismail Haniyeh, but the killing of Hassan Nasrallah, the killing of the IRGC commander in Lebanon. That is the reason that now we're seeing this shift in position from a considerably moderate or a reformist position to a hardliner position, because it has been forced to do so. Also keep in mind, on Sunday, in less than 48 hours from now, is when Iran will be marking 45 years of the invasion of the US embassy here in Tehran, from that of 1979, along the Iranian Revolution. And the statements there made there will also define Iran's response going forward. It will be a grandeur of a show, not just at the US embassy or the former US embassy, but here as well at the Palestine Square. You see setups is being done. The smaller screens have been put up here, and by probably the end of the evening, we'll be seeing more hustle and bustle here, because the Iranian side wants to convey these subtle messages through optics, that it is not ready to lie low, or it is not ready to sort of play the underdog over here. And that is the reason these billboards, or these actions, these optics, these subtle messages are being conveyed through the media, or through these optics, for the wider audience. Isha?
Anas, very quickly before I let you go, these quote-unquote optics that you speak of, what purpose do they really serve here? We have seen Iran to work through proxies up until a few months ago. We have seen Iran being a little careful with its retaliation against Israel so far. However, now with these, like I said, quote-unquote optics, where do you see this headed? Where is this conflict between Iran and Israel placed?
Well, God forbid, in case if there is an escalation, the Iranian side has been saying that the onus would lie on Israel. That's what the Iranian side has been saying. The Israeli side has been saying that the onus lies on Iran. So it's like a cat and mouse chase, because both of the sides have been playing for the gallery, but of course playing for the survival as well. And what you spoke about, the proxy bit, I think these billboards that you see behind me, which clearly read in Farsi, Hezbollah Zinda Ast, that literally means Hezbollah is alive. And these pictures, they depict that it's not just what we say, or what the concept of proxies is. It's very much taking ownership of the situation, of the matter, and of the escalation on the part of Iran, and Iran's response being that it was attacked both in Damascus, in Syria, in Hezbollah, in Palestine, and here in Iran, in Tehran as well. The reason it is forced to do that response.
Thank you so much, Anas, for joining us with that. For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.